Okay, so hi, once again, this is Stacy. I'm coming on a video that I was suggested to make myself from my boyfriend and a few friends that I have and everything like that. I've actually taught people and basically shown them how to feminize your voice altogether. I never went to any classes or watched any videos for it. I actually did a lot of research, mainly just straight up research. I looked up the reasons why a male's voice is deeper, why a female's voice is higher pitched, what basically what hormones do to cause those situations, and what it actually what like puberty and everything does in the situation. After a long time, if you go back and look at my original video or few videos, you'll notice I had a relatively deep voice. I wouldn't say it's the deepest voice in the world. Being that I am intersex, I mean, I didn't have the highest testosterone in the world. I'm not going to deny that. But still, no matter what, I am trans. I did have to go through HRT and everything along those lines. I did have to deal with a lot of basic things that are pretty annoying when it comes to it. Now, okay, so basically, when it comes to it, is it all revolves around the thyroid cartilage of a male to female. When you actually look at it and you do your research, you'll learn, and obviously this isn't even a surprise to you, but basically male and females have different sized thyroid cartilage, not cartilage. And that's all due to actual like testosterone and everything along those lines. It causes it to grow out. The average for a male is like 90 degrees in size, and then the average for a female is 120. So it kind of ranges in that area. Now, don't get me wrong in this situation. If you ever hear anybody tell you that, oh, women can't have Adam's apples, they're obviously not the brightest of the bunch. Both male and female have Adam's apples. It's a natural thing. It was just called an Adam's apple mainly because men in general have a more defined Adam's apple. But both females and males can have Adam's apples. Both of them can. Some women can have a large Adam's apple. Some men can have no Adam's apple. It's just the way that your body grows. But when it comes to actual voice training, I've helped out quite a few people in getting their voice pretty much in a range where it's acceptable and they're happy and they're willing to actually go out and talk and feel comfortable with talking to people and not feel like worried of things. I do get worried every once in a while myself, even though I've pretty much permanently, sorry, feminized my voice. I cannot bring it low anymore. It's because of the voice training that I did. And it's the same one that I'm going to kind of explain to you. This video might be a little bit long, but I mean, if you're interested in learning a different method, different idea on how to feminize your voice, I mean, I'm definitely somebody who learned how to do it from studying and figuring out the differences. But the main things that you got to focus on, pretty much, I'm going to put up a little picture of pretty much what we're going to be looking at and everything that you got to understand, everything that you're going to be working towards. Basically, you have your thyroid cartilage, you have your vocal cords, and pretty much your folds. Now, pretty much all of this, except for the cartilage, is all muscle. And the difference between a male and female voice is the tightness of that muscle. Now, a male's voice is deeper because your vocal cords are loosened up. You have a more larger gap when you actually talk. And that creates a deep, like bassy feeling in your voice. And that's not, if you're trying to be a female, I mean, if you're trying to feminize your voice, sorry, there's no trying to be a female, you just are. If you're trying to feminize your voice, and I know how daunting it can be, it does take a while, but if you do specific methods, it will provide results. It took me about a year to reach the area where my voice was high pitched, and it took about a year and a half, roughly around in that area, to permanently feminize my voice. I cannot bring my voice down any deeper. This is actually as deep as I'm able to speak at this given time. I have not been able to bring my voice down for at least almost a year and a half now. When people ask me to give them an idea of what I used to sound like, I can't anymore. The only thing I can suggest is watching a video that I had back when my voice was lower. But basically, you have your vocal cords. Your vocal cords are the main thing that you want to focus towards. And what it is, and when you do the voice training is, like I was talking about your thyroid cartilage, or basically what you call your Adam's apple. If you notice, I don't really have one anymore. When I talk, you can kind of see it, but it's not really there. It's not the same as a cis woman normally is. But basically, let me see if I can get a closer video, like shot of it. Maybe I can. Basically, if you see right here, you have your Adam's apple right here. Now, when it comes to the actual voice training, there's steps that you have to take. I recommend, if you do this type of training, take it slow. It is not going to work if you hurt yourself. If you hurt yourself, you can wind up damaging your vocal cords really badly. And it's actually a proven fact that if you do this the wrong way, it will mess up your voice. That's one thing that I stress very strongly. If you're trying to feminize your voice, do not force it. If it hurts, it means you are not doing it right. But basically, you have your Adam's apple, and then you'll feel a little bit further down. You'll feel the Adam's apple itself, and then you'll feel this other large part right here. Now, the large part is the one that you actually want to focus on, not the Adam's apple at the beginning. Now, if you actually take your finger and you put it on the top of your Adam's apple where you feel the V is basically your thyroid cartilage. You can feel it when you actually put it on there. Now, if you take your finger and you bring it all the way down to the bottom of the big part of the cartilage that you can feel, you'll feel how it drops down and it has like this little notch. If I remember correctly, it's the Rima gladiatoria, something like that. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it's about right here. That's actually the one that you want to focus on when you first start your training. Now, the big task of the whole entire thing is actually trying to learn how to control these muscles that are right here. At first, basically, you're not going to be trying to talk with a high-pitched voice. You can. It helps out with the actual muscle training. But I am not going to lie, it is not going to fix any situation, and it can actually cause harshness of the voice. And that's not what you want at the beginning. That's not what you want to focus towards in any way or form. But basically, when it comes to it, how you first start, and this is breathing exercises first. You start your breathing exercises first to learn muscle control. It's a very important step. It's a rather difficult step, if I might add myself. It took me a long time to figure this out, from trial and error, doing a whole bunch of research, how to actually work out those muscles. Something that's not really looked into all that much, except for people who've had like thyroid cancer and things like that, who's had to have it reconstructed or replate or taken out and things like that to learn how to talk again. It's the only place where you find any like research about these muscles at all. But basically what you want to learn how to do is you want to learn how to take your Adam's apple and your cartilage, and you want to be able to bring it from where it normally sits. Mine used to sit like right around this area. Now it sits about right here. But basically you want to learn how to take it from sitting right there. And it's kind of like it's like when you're tensing back your neck, when you make that like look, you know, like the the cringy look, the cringe feeling look. That's the look. That's exactly the look. And when you do that, you'll notice that you're actually working that muscle there. Now, the first thing you want to actually do is you want to learn how to get it up, and you'll hear this. And again, I stress it. This is not meant to hurt. It is not meant to hurt in any way or form. If it hurts, you are doing it wrong. And you can hurt yourself. And I am not responsible. In this video, I am saying I do not condone doing this if it's going to hurt you. Now, basically what you're trying to do, and you'll hear it when I do it, and I am not pushing hard or anything like that, but you'll actually hear it. And basically, when you actually do it, and this is actually not putting a lot of pressure, but I'm taking the side of my thumb and I'm putting it right underneath the big piece of cartilage, not your Adam's apple. Do not touch your Adam's apple. You will, and there is a large chance that you can collapse your Adam's apple if you do this with your Adam's apple. And don't. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't again. But basically you want to stick your thumb very lightly right here, and you want to make that face, that cringy neck face, that muscle tightening where you can feel all that going up, like, and you'll feel that shoot up in the area. And as you can hear, I am not pushing any pressure on it, but it brings your voice up to a higher octave. Now, this is basically the first step of learning how to control these muscles. Once again, you're not putting any strong pressure on it. All you're doing is pretty much giving it this chance to actually work. Now, when you have your thumb in this area, basically you're not going to want to talk. Not at this point in time. It's not going to help you. What you want to learn how to do is you want to learn how to breathe. This should not be suffocating you in any way or form. That's not what I'm talking about. I can breathe perfectly fine. See? Perfectly fine. I'm able to breathe. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about breathing without moving this muscle group right here at all. Basically learning how to talk or to breathe without moving this muscle. So your thumb is just there to let you know that you're moving it or you're not. When you first start this, you're going to realize that every time you breathe, it goes straight down. The muscle makes it go straight down into to where it normally sits. Don't stop it with your thumb. Your thumb is only there to basically guide and know where it's sitting. And this can actually help out through time to train you to be able to bring it higher and higher and higher. And basically in the area where you can get it up into this range, what it is doing, it is actually taking the vocal cords themselves in the folds, and it is tightening them. Now, this is actually causing you to get used to...
I can search the web for that. Just tap the search chip below.
1 second. Power off. But basically, this can help you get your voice up into that area, but it also teaches you how to tighten up your vocal cords altogether. When basically you're tightening your vocal cords like this, it's kind of, okay, I'm just going to let go and I'm going to let everything go back to normal because I'm happy with this voice range. I don't want to go any higher. I don't want to sound like Tweety Bird. It basically teaches you how to control those muscles. It's just the same as like doing like a push-up or a sit-up or something along those lines. It's training you how to use your muscles, but in a specific area. Now, when you're doing this, it's not going to be the easiest thing. And yeah, maybe I'll do a few videos of kind of explaining the situation, how to do it. But basically the first step, like I said, it's learning how to take this muscle group, bring it higher up, and actually learn how to breathe without moving that muscle group. This is actually something that can cause your Adam's apple to actually recede back in as well. It's not going to get rid of the size of your Adam's apple. No way, no form. If you have a larger Adam's apple, I'm sorry, but that is something that you either have to get surgery or you're going to have to deal with. There's no getting rid of an Adam's apple naturally. It's already grown in. But you can actually get your voice to go into a normal female range. It's actually something that I've proven with at least 4 people already. As long as you follow these steps, it actually works pretty well. I'm probably going to do my next video. This might just be a string of videos that comes out all at once. I don't know. But anyways, that's the first step. Once again, I'll walk you straight through it again. Basically, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get these muscles right here, and you can feel them. You can feel your Adam's apple, and then you can feel your cartilage down here. And then you have a dip right underneath that, and you'll know what I'm talking about because you'll feel it. You'll go from your Adam's apple, you'll feel the big piece of cartilage, and then you'll feel that dip. Now, once again, do not push on it. What you're doing is you're going to make that cringe face, the muscle, the neck muscle tightening, and it's going to bring that group of muscles upwards. And basically what you got to learn how to do, once again, is breathe without pushing it at all. Your thumb is only there for kind of like a level assurance that you're in the right area, and learning how to control that muscle group while you breathe. And you'll notice when you breathe, your whole entire muscle groups want to go back right down to where it normally sits. That's what you're trying to learn how to not do. That is the first step in learning how to tighten and pretty much work out your vocal cords to get them into a higher pitched area. Now, if you like this video, if you would like to ask me questions about it, if you'd like me to go over things, do not hesitate. Ask me. Once again, please do not push on any of these areas that I'm telling you about. It can cause physical harm. You can hurt yourself doing this if you do it wrong. This is not something that you just go into and it's going to work in 2 days. Once again, this took me almost close to 2 years to hit this point with my voice. But once it's done, it's permanent. It does not go back. No matter what I do, my voice does not go back down. I can talk normal, and I think the lowest my voice can go with me actually forcing it's like pretty much down in this area right here. And that's as low as my voice can go. And that is just basically, it's a permanent way. I've tried it with other people, with my other friends that are actually trans as well, and they've all bettered themselves for it. So if you would like to continue, just watch the rest of my videos. I'm gonna post a few more. I'm gonna take you through the steps of basically how I did this and how my voice is pretty much, I have more of a feminine voice than normally you would. It's easy and it's pretty much permanent, and you will be happy with the results if you follow it correctly. So once again, thank you for watching. Keep an eye out. I don't know if I'm going to post all these videos at once or if I'm going to post them day to day. But you are welcome to ask me any questions once again. If you like these, subscribe to my channel. I also have another channel for camping if you're interested in that as well. I guess I'll link that down in the description below. And yeah, if you like this video, please like it. If you have anybody who is trying to learn how to feminize their voice, I mean, share it with them. It never hurts, because I know there's a lot of different ways to feminize your voice, and a lot of people find it very hard. This way, I know it works. I've done a lot of research on it. I've pretty much made it my own thing, and it's something that I actually feel pretty proud on being able to do myself. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you liked it, and I look forward to making another video for you. and have a lovely day.